The MC was part of the rescue team in his past life and got the Obito treatment. And after his deletion, he transmigrates to a fantasy world where people with supernatural powers called awakened and mutated beasts were mainstream. He also awakens a power that makes him able to produce a contract gem that can contract and control anything that is willing to be contracted. Basically, that means he can only be successful if the target agrees to be under his control. You're probably thinking, yo, that's a pretty powerful ability. And you're right, but the only downside is, who will be okay with being completely controlled by another person? So the MC could only trick people into swallowing his contract gems by pretending they were candy. But for the ability to work, the target has to be fully aware and agree to it. At this moment, he's talking with his female friend. He thinks of swallowing his own contract gem and tries it out. A change immediately takes place and he becomes his own summon. He now has to obey his own commands as soon as he speaks it, even if it was unintentional. He gets excited as he realizes that he can command his body to do everything possible a person can do, and extremely precisely, just like a machine. His body can even execute commands while his brain is unconscious or sleeping. And another thing is that the outside world can't interfere with his mind and body. That doesn't seem that crazy, but there's something special about it. Because he can now see disguised mutated monsters hiding in the city. All their illusions and mind tamperings don't work on him anymore. But it seems like he doesn't like that as he tries to go back to normal by swallowing another one of his contract gems. I mean, I get it, as soon as he escaped the illusion, the sheer amount of disguised mutated monsters he saw probably collapsed his mentality and made him willing to escape reality, even if it meant going back to normal. But instead of the second gem reversing his powers, he now gets an additional appraisal ability that helps him identify people or things and can even replay scenes from the past. And it can also show him his own stats with a status panel. The disguised mutated monsters in the city are called natural order foxes, and they use a mental control power to deceive people around, basically to make them see illusions while they devour people. They literally treat the normal humans around as their reserves food stock. Yo, even the MC, Zhang Ping's female friend, Su Jingyao, is a mutated monster in disguise. Well, she was normal at the time they were talking, but during the short while she went to work for the patrol team, she had already been replaced by a mutated monster. The entire city has been completely infiltrated by these natural order foxes, and even the patrol team that's supposed to defeat them has been infiltrated and controlled. A week later, Zhang Ping has been training regularly and finally reaches level 2 and produces a purple colored contract gem. After swallowing it, he gets the talent, Night Walker, which allows him to be stealthy and move faster in dark places, plus some other perks. With this ability, he starts to train outside at night without fear of the mutated monsters detecting him. On one of these training nights, he picks up a stealth ring that's used for assassination. A scene replays in front of him of a patrol team member being defeated by a group of natural order foxes and the ring slipping off his hand. He quickly flees the scene to not get caught up in the matter, but is still tracked to his home by a high-level celestial fox. It scopes him out to check if it was him who took the ring, but luckily Zhang Ping had already commanded his body just in time to sleep and escape its probing. Some time goes by and Zhang Ping is on a search to buy equipment. He finds a smithy run completely by real humans and is mildly enchanted and pushed into joining by a Nuna. Lol, bro has already decided to become the smithy king. Love the One Piece reference. On his first equipment forging try, he makes a mistake and is nearly consumed by the fire, but it instantly gets devoured by his heart. He had swallowed a contract gem and got a new talent earlier that day, and it, Flame Devourer, hadn't activated till he was almost burned to a crisp in the smithy. So this new ability, Flame Devourer, devours flames around him and stores it for his own use. As the day darkens, he sees a mutated monster, disguised as a little girl playing on a swing. With its level, he tries to engage it, but is frozen in place by someone and directed to a park. As soon as he arrives at the location, he gets in a battle with a mutated rat, and after defeating it, his level and stats increase, and he reaches level 4. Soon after, he is restrained by a girl, the one who previously froze him and told him to come to the park, and is asked to prove that he is a human, and not a disguised mutated monster. After getting his bearing back, he recognizes the lady and gives some throwbacks of when they were in the same orphanage. He also reveals the identities of some of the disguised mutated monsters around the city. He had previously gone to class and found out that a popular female classmate of his, Luo Shiyu, had been replaced by a high-level celestial fox. So after they had verified his info and defeated the disguised mutated monsters, he is released and he finds out through the appraisal that the girl, Chen Sisi, is part of a hidden third organization, the Purge Squad, and he agrees to work with them. A few days pass and Zhang Ping joins the martial academy to learn and refine his combat techniques. Turns out that with the hacks of precise body control, he quickly gets the hang of the techniques and even surpasses those that came before him. He even starts training one of the female mates there, and on one of these trainings in the smithy, two natural order foxes attack them. Zhang Ping quickly calls Sisi, the girl that interrogated him the last time, and she arrives in the nick of time, defeating both of the mutant monsters and bringing Zhang Ping and the other girl to safety. Some time goes by and Zhang Ping is brought out of the city by Sisi to gain experience. He starts training by hunting bullet rabbits. You probably think these rabbits are so cute, don't you? Well, that's until they stand on business and reveal their fangs. After a week of intense training and studying, Zhang Ping has figured out their attack patterns and has been hunting them down very easily and increasing its level. At this moment, he levels up his Flame Devourer. It wasn't stated, but I think you can level up your ability by using it frequently, and the more you use it, the faster you level up, or the faster you level it up. This is almost like auto-hunting with my clones, just that in this one he commands himself instead of his clones. Anyway, while training, Zhang Ping is surrounded by bullet rabbits, and is saved just in time by Sisi, and introduced to the beast-taming Zoo clan. They are a clan that specializes in controlling mutant beasts with spirit-controlling pills. It's said that only low and mid-level beasts can smell the scent the spirit-controlling pills emit, and according to them, the scent attracts them and makes them lose their mind after they swallow it. The exact way the Zoo clan controls them though is still unknown. Back to the present. An unknown person in a black cloak is behind a tree monitoring Zhang Ping and Sisi. Sisi senses something and attacks the tree, but the figure is nowhere to be seen. 1 week later, as Zhang Ping keeps on hunting the bullet rabbits, he levels up and reaches level 7, and the contract gems level also goes up, reaching level 5. By the side, one of the defeated bullet rabbits starts emitting a sinister aura and gets back up, furiously attacking Zhang Ping. After defeating it once again, Zhang Ping finds something strange within it and appraises it. It's called Nether Mist Essence, and the prompt says he should consume it for unexpected results. Could be good or bad results, but seems like Zhang Ping is a daredevil and doesn't think about all that. Well, maybe he did, but the thought of his weakness and saving his friends to Jing Yao made him take the gamble and swallow it anyway. After a grueling experience, Zhang Ping's status window is updated and he gains the Nether Mist body, which can absorb fear from living beings and convert it to Nether Mist, a type of versatile power that can be used for anything, from attacking and defending to controlling and other stuff. While telling Sisi about it, a spider pops out in front of them, scaring Sisi, and a bit of feelings blossom there. After a while, Sisi is called for a mission and they both return to the city, with Sisi leaving with Jimbo, another member of the team. As Zhang Ping heads home, he notices all the people around him frozen in place and an old man approaching him. He tries to analyze the mysterious old man in front of him, but it unexpectedly fails. A brief spar later, and Zhang Ping deduces the old man's identity to be the captain of the Purge Squad, Situ Shibai. While they talk, Zhang Ping is told that he's an unlimited level ability user, one who isn't limited to just one ability, but can continuously awaken new abilities. As it turns out, Situ Shibai seeks to exchange a storage bracelet for a chance to use his skills to copy Zhang Ping's unlimited level ability, Contract Gem. He tries and after a while it ends in failure. He couldn't copy the ability, nor even copy the other talents that came from it. As Zhang Ping receives the storage bracelet, the scene of its making replays itself in his eyes and he sees the cruelty of the Zhu family. In the past, they had ruled Pearl City with an iron fist, treating all its inhabitants as slaves and using the talented ones to craft equipment. In the midst of all this, some powerful people in the city gathered together and beat their time, quietly growing in strength, and then finally overthrew the Zhu family. But unfortunately, some remnants still escaped, and they are currently the cause of the mutated monsters' heavy infiltration of the city presently. After they finish talking, Situ Shibai officially asks Zhang Ping to join the Purge squad, and Zhang Ping readily agrees. Later on, Zhang Ping returns to the smithy and meets up with the others, and at night while he's meditating, he hears Su Jingyao's voice saying she's waiting for him. He reasons that Su Jingyao might still be online and decides to look for clues from the natural other fox that took her place. By online I mean like she might still be alive. Lol, 3 days later, the way Zhang Ping catches the flower picker is hilarious. Just look at this intro. Zheng Yao Fan, aka Short Stack Teddy Bear. 5 feet nothing. Face only a mother could love. The guy was already panicking at this point, but Zhang Ping just continues. Disliked by women. More twisted and perverted by the day. At this point, the guy faints from fear, soiling his pants immediately. And Zhang Ping boils with rage as he sees the replays of all the evil deeds the flower picker had committed, and deletes him after making him jump through hoops. After dealing with him, Zhang Ping picks up some conversation with his Whisper of Wind's ability, and catches sight of the remnants of the Zhu family sneaking into Han Hai Academy. After completing their mission and getting their target, they head towards the outskirts of the city to escape, but Zhang Ping, in the form of a nether mist beast, stalls them there, waiting for Sisi to get there. While doing that, his identity is exposed and he is put in a tight spot. As he's surrounded and about to be defeated, Sisi arrives and defeats them. Unfortunately, one escapes and Sisi is ordered to bring the exhausted Zhang Ping back with her immediately, because Princess Yue, a high-level celestial fox, and the one that replaced Lu Shio, was approaching the scene. As she arrives, Princess Yue spreads her senses and sees the Zhu family's ability user that escaped from Sisi running away while carrying the Saintess. She deletes him and takes the Saintess away, foiling the Zhu family's plans. Turns out that the seemingly cowardly Five City Lord, Zhu Zemin, that was controlled by Princess Yue, has been working for the Zhu family all along and has been sowing chaos all around the city. He meets up with the other Zhu family remnants and cooks up a new plan involving Zhang Ping and the smithy he works at. In the Purge Squad training room, Zhang Ping and Sisi are sparring, and in the midst of it, Zhang Ping swallows Sisi's water element and develops a type of water element body. His stats are shown, and we see his 2 new abilities that came after he took the level 6 contract gem. Omnivore is an ability that has a 10% chance of getting him a unique constitution related to swallowed substances. And Pure Water Body can transform his body into pure water, which is also resistant to all physical attacks. As they are wrapping up the training, Sisi receives a message and they quickly arrive at the Iron Soul Smithy, which has just been attacked by assassins of the Zhu family. Zhang Ping helps patch Sis Qiang's stump up and goes on to rescue the others. As they finish up, Luo Shiyu, that's Princess Yue, arrives and attacks them. Zhang Ping dodges while guiding Sisi on how to dodge, and Luo Shiyu discovers that he's the main one who can see her attacks and who has been foiling her plans. So she focuses on him and carpet bombs the place where he and Sisi are hiding in his nether mist shield. While he's resisting, Situ Shibai contacts him, telling him of an opportunity he's about to create. As the moment arrives, Zhang Ping takes Sisi's hand and escapes. Luo Shiyu loses sight of them and angrily commands all the natural other foxes around to search for him. Meanwhile, outside the city at the Purge Squad hideout, Zhang Ping is rewarded with golden blood from Jinbo for completing the flower picker mission. And as Zhang Ping consumes it, he gains a new ability, the Pure Blood Body, which is mainly for healing, and Sisi pushes him to quickly go and heal Sis Qiang's hand up. Meanwhile, unknown to anyone, a crisis approaches the city, inching its way closer, bit by bit, every single moment. The Holy Ancestor Village enters the scene. Turns out that every 100 years, a saintess is born in the village who can protect them from the mutated monsters, and this time it's Chen Junting. And the leader of the Holy Ancestor Village, who was previously a tyrant of Pearl City before being defeated and ousted, is trying to make a comeback by using Chen Junting. Meanwhile, in safe house number 003, where Zhang Ping and the rest are, there's a shaking that begins to grow in magnitude, and as Zhang Ping and Sisi go to check it out, they discover a tide of mutated monsters charging their way towards them. And even worse, a massive horde of zombies are behind them, directing the monsters towards the city. To deal with the approaching foes, Situ Shibai warns all the powerful figures within the city of the approaching zombies and directs another team from a different safe house to meet up and assist Zhang Ping's team. Meanwhile, in the City Lord's mansion, the Vice City Lord is raging because of how awry his plans have gone, and he notices Chen Junting when the city guards brush past him towards her. Lol, all the natural other foxes nearby are under some heavy genjutsu. Well, more like mind control as they move according to Chen Junting's will. Anyway, the Vice City Lord tries to forcefully take her away, but she shakes off his hand and starts to get suspicious of him, arousing the surrounding mutant monster's aggression against him. Outside the city, Zhang Ping and Sisi are clearing up the tide of mutant beasts approaching and are starting to get overwhelmed bit by bit. In the heat of the battle, Zhang Ping is attacked by some zombies with magic abilities. Yo, don't these guys look like titans, bruv? I mean, just look, that looks like the titan that ate Eren's mom, innit? A quick analysis reveals their background. They come from Holy Ancestor Village and might have been subject to some cruel situations that turned them into zombies. As Zhang Ping and Sisi defeat the nearby zombies, the mastermind approaches and directs more zombies to attack them while he heads towards the city. In front of the Pearl City gates, the mighty warriors of the city stand in defense to protect the city. There's a little drama as one of the mighty figures, the head of the martial academy, sees his former senior brother within the zombie horde. After an epic fight and a sentimental goodbye, he faces the mastermind from the Ancestor Village in rage. Meanwhile, in the Holy Ancestor Village, the leader gives out orders to attack Pearl City and to make use of the saintess, Chen Junting. On the other side, Zhang Ping and Chen Sisi have been battling all through the night and are getting exhausted when the reinforcement arrives, and together they make quick work of the attacking zombies. Back in the city, the master of the martial academy rushes towards the mastermind and easily punches through his chest and defeats him. But it turns out to be a fake out as the old man gets up again and punches him with the corpse usurpation skill. And that's how far the manhwa has gone for now. The current chapter dropped a few days ago. And now the rating. To be honest, I don't have much to say about the art, but it just looks appealing all round. Just that the MC looks almost unrecognizable now compared to the first chapter. Like, if you see both of them, you won't even think they're like the same MC from the same manhwa. It gets 4.8 stars. The plot, formerly story, is actually the reason that got me started on this manhwa. It's just something different from the other ones and made me curious as to how everything would unfold. And I have to say, it hasn't disappointed me at all. It gets 4 stars. As for the character, the MC, Zhang Ping, is growing and maturing very quickly. At the start, he wanted to even reverse the whole process and go back to being normal, just to not see the mutated monsters around. But now he even volunteers to go on rescues and puts himself in harm's way to save others. And his abilities have also been growing very quickly. Maybe a bit too quickly. With new abilities coming up and making him stronger and versatile in every single way. He has gotten even stronger than Sisi in such a short while and he's almost leading the team at this point. Just look at this, he can scout, track, control, attack, defend, and so much more. The character gets 5 stars. And from the time I started reading this, I was hooked and I'm not sure why, but it just felt exciting and novel for some reason. And since it's just starting off, it's a little light-handed, somewhat casual, and not very intense. Well, there's been a lot of conflict and many antagonists introduced in such a short while, but the MC deals with the problems easily, so there are not many cliffhangers or anything. The engagement gets 4 stars. And for the relation with the genre/theme, the tags are action, adventure, comedy, fantasy, harem, martial arts, supernatural, and isekai. It's a very accurate rep of the manhwa and is in line with the actual story, just that there's so little martial arts that I wonder why it was put there in the first place. Well, it's just starting out, so there might be more martial arts shown later. It gets 5 stars. So overall, it's a pretty decent read and has an OPMC who gets stronger and levels up very very quickly. He has gotten more than 3 overpowered constitutions within 30 some chapters, and from what I've seen, it's just the beginning cause he has no cap. He's literally unlimited, plus there's a bunch of powerful enemies, so the fun is just getting started. I recommend it if you want something to read quickly and don't really want anything too serious that needs deep analysis. The final rating is 4.56 stars. Like, sub, comment, and I'll catch you on the next one. We out of here.